Good morning and happy Saturday. Just for the next couple weeks, we will be on Sunday. Maybe I'll just let me know what you guys think in the comments. Should we just do the Sundays, or do you not mind doing the swapping of the weeks? Because whatever is easiest for you guys, I can do whatever. I just want to make sure that I'm on here and that it's easy for you guys to access. Again, I always record this and I always post a recording. So even if you're not able to attend the day of, you can at least rewatch at your own leisure and take notes that way. But for this week, we're obviously going to plan our content day by day. But I also want to the first thing I want to talk about is it's great to have these ideas, right? Like you have, okay, good, cool. It's good to have all these ideas, but how do you execute, or are you even executing is the question I want to ask, because it's cool to have all the ideas in the world, but if you're not executing upon those ideas, then you might as well have not even spent an hour on the Zoom, or half hour, because we're pretty short with this one. But so I want to talk about what does that kind of look like, and then how much time actually is involved in actually planning out the content, doing the execution part of this. So it's good to take all the notes, but you need to actually put the things into practice. So I'm going to break down some different aspects of content planning that we go over. So like reels, photos, stories, captions, /quotes, and carousels. So the first thing, and what the time frames look like for that, so that you can have a better idea of, this is what my week looks like. Here's where I can fit in these specific things, because these things don't all need to be done at once. They can be done throughout the week. And then you can have things at your disposal for the following week, for that week in particular, and just have a bunch of things on hand so that you're not like scrambling the day of that you need to post something. Like you look at your Monday or you look at your Thursday and you're like, oh, I have to post a throwback Thursday and I don't have any photos, or I don't know what to say or whatever. So this kind of gives you an idea of how you execute the plan. So reels, there's 3 different aspects to creating a reel. There's finding the sound, or creating your own sound if you want. There's the actual recording of the reel, and then there's putting the text to the reel. So we're going to break it down into all those 3. So for reels, the first one, 10 to 15 minutes. This should not take very long. I would highly recommend setting a timer for yourself, or you will get trapped in the hole of watching videos for a long period of time. So what I will do is set a timer for 10 to 15 minutes, one time a week. You can do this once a week. You can do it 2 times a week if you have some extra time, but literally it should only take once a week. And go and just save a bunch of sounds. So clicking the save sound feature, just saving a bunch so that you have them available. So then when you have an hour available, you can just change your outfits and record to that sound. You don't even have to know what's the context of the video going to be, like what kind of captions are going to be at that time. Just record them all. This is what I did earlier in the week. I just recorded a bunch and saved them to my drafts so that I had them. And then when I was like, oh, this is what I can say to that, I would put the caption on and then post it later on. So 1 hour, one time a week, change your outfits and record to those sounds that you've saved. And then for 15 minutes, just put text to the videos, and then you're able to post them whenever you are scheduled to post them, or whenever it looks like a good time according to your insights that your people are actually on. You usually, if you're looking at your Instagram insights and they say that the majority of your people are on, like, let's say 6 p.m. You don't want to post it at 6 p.m. because you will miss the peak window. You probably want to do about 30 minutes prior to that. So just to give that kind of idea, but 10 to 15 minutes one time a week to save sounds, about an hour one time a week to change your outfits and record to those sounds, and then 15 minutes to put text to those videos. And that's for reels. So reels, TikToks, whatever. Photos. So the photos that you're going to post of yourself, maybe of the products, like whatever you choose to do, that might take like 30 minutes to an hour. Again, just changing out your outfits, Where do you find it? Oh yeah, I'll screen share at the end of this so I can show you guys the insights where that's located and how you can see that. Photos, one hour, one time a week. So taking photos of the product. So whether that's like you just doing without your face, just taking a picture of the patches, or like you holding the capsules, or you with the capsules, or you with your shake, or whatever that might look like. Or just photos of yourself in general. So you maybe like sitting in your office space, you by yourself, like a headshot kind of a thing. Maybe if you really want to get fancy, take pictures with your kids, like whatever. I also do a lot of in the moment pictures as well. I don't do like all posy, taking time to take these photos, because I think it's important to show you're real, to say the least. So sometimes I do take pictures, like if it's my daughter and I eating breakfast together, I'll do that. Sometimes if it's like pictures of my dogs, like whatever, those in the moment things, like you obviously can do that too, but I do like to have some pictures that are like nicely taken, just on hand, in case I want to post about that and have something that's a little more eye-catching. So that's like 1 hour a week. Take photos of the product, change your outfits, take photos of yourself. This can be done in one day. Stories, 30 minutes, one time a week. So go to Canva and create like 1 to 2. You can go to Canva and create like 1 to 2 unfold stories, or like product feature stories, or mentorship for the business type of story. Go to Canva, has tons of different templates that you can use. You can just scroll through that, but creating 1 to 2, maybe 1 about the products, 1 about the business. Or you can go into Instagram and just take a photo of yourself and just apply like the light highlighter and then do an unfold that way. And then taking some photos of the products. Okay, good, cool. Then taking photos of the products for 10 to 15 minutes. So there are days where you are a walking zombie, let's be honest, and you just like pop your capsules and like go about your, routine without even thinking about taking a picture. And you're like, shoot, I didn't post a picture of my products. So sometimes it's good to have those on hand. So like you can just take multiple pictures of like your capsules in different ways. So like maybe it's just taking a cup like this, putting the capsules on the top, and then doing like an aerial shot doing that. It can be just you holding the capsules. It can just be your capsules sitting on like the book that you're reading. Some like staged nice looking photos, so that when you do run into those days when you're like, shoot, I forgot to take a picture, I just kind of took them. You have those on hand. Ones with the patch outside, one with the patch on, one with, your shaker cup, one with like your mix in a cup, like whatever that might look like, all 3 steps together on your counter, whatever that looks like. Some like the staged ones, just in case you have a moment and you just forget, and you still have that on hand. Maybe that's even like rest on your pillow, balance and rest together, like all these different things. So that should take 10 to 15 minutes. So stories, again, 30 minutes, 1 time a week to create like unfold stories in either Canva or Instagram, and then 10 to 15 minutes to, I have the same thing. I have a Thrive folder. I actually have a content folder in my photos where I store all this stuff. 10 to 15 minutes to take story pictures of products and save them to your camera roll. So next, creating your captions for things. So there are going to be different times within the week, within a day, even when you just feel like you're a little more creative, like not trying to create something on the fly. Using those times to really create the captions, multiple captions at once, is best, because I know for me, if I'm like, it's 7:30, I just finished working out, whatever, I need to throw a post up because I haven't had the opportunity because life got away from me or whatever. And then you're like sitting there and you're like, I don't even know what to say. I have no idea. I'm tired. My brain is like, what are you doing to me? So using those time windows when you're feeling a little more creative, like maybe that's when So I know like when I come up to my office and I'm in this space, I'm a lot more creative than if I'm like distracted downstairs with my kids and all that stuff. So I will try to pump out a bunch of captions. And one of the ways that I do that is going to Pinterest, finding quotes. I kind of go back into some of my old posts that I've created and like read how I've like worded some of those, taking those and like rewording them a little bit. Just writing out a bunch of captions and then saving them into my notes. So then I can just copy paste post when I'm ready to do it. Because I think the problem that a lot of people have is like when you're in the moment and you realize that you haven't posted today or you haven't posted about the products for maybe a while and you're like, but I don't even know what to say. So then you don't even do anything because you get into paralysis analysis and you just feel like I don't know what to say. So I'm just not going to do anything. So utilizing those opportune times when you're feeling a little more creative to write out a bunch of things and you have some extra space and time where you're able to think and be more creative and that sort of thing. So that's 30 minutes, maybe an hour if you're really in the groove. One time a week. Quotes and carousels. So when you have your own quotes, like let's say you're doing like your inspirational Monday quote on Instagram, or you want to just throw up an inspirational quote in your stories. It's one thing to like, here's the thing. I see people share like quotes and stuff like that, and it's like blurry, it's hard to read, it's maybe something else somebody else created. So like it doesn't even look like your vibe. Whatever that might be, like take the time to go into Canva and create your own quotes. Like just take a quote, splash your like a color that you feel like is you, and just throw the quote up on there. And that should maybe take like 30 minutes. And this is where you can do your carousels too. So a carousel, if you're new here, is where you have multiple slides on Instagram. I will go in and I'll do a screen share because I will still show where you can find that insights, but it's multiple slides. So this is maybe something where you're teaching something or you're expanding on an idea where people don't have to read the tiny little caption because a lot of people don't. They would rather just scroll through photos where it's more easily digestible, broken up into different pieces. So I go to Canva and I'll make a bunch of those at a time. And I can show you that too. So all in all together, all of this, which would be everything that goes into, I mean, with the exception if you're doing live videos or talking in your stories, obviously, all of this is your basic content planning for the entire week. And here's the crazy thing. You can do this one time, 1 week, and have enough content for 2 weeks out if you really wanted to. This takes about 3 to 4 hours in total. Now that doesn't have to be at one sitting. This can be split up, like maybe Monday for 15 minutes on your lunch break, you go save a bunch of sounds. And then like, let's say you're, I don't know, hiding in the bathroom from your kids, and you have like 15 minutes, you can go into Pinterest and save a bunch of quotes. And then when you have like, or when you're feeling like I have extra time today, I'm going to take some photos. I'm going to combine the reels and the photos together, take some photos, record some reels really quick in this hour time that I have available. Doing stories when it's the morning and maybe you get up a little bit earlier, you're on a Zoom, you're listening to something, you can create stories while you're listening in on the Zoom, like fitting these things in your nooks and crannies. It doesn't have to be 3 to 4 hours. And by the way, I hate when people say fit in nooks and crannies. I don't know why. I just think that word choice, time blocking when it makes sense for your life. So 3 to 4 hours in a total week. And that can be enough content for 2 weeks. It can be enough content for that week. It's just figuring out where you have extra space in your schedule and making it a priority instead of watching. And while you're watching a Netflix series, you can go on to, I don't know, Pinterest and save things, or go into Canva and create some quotes or something like that. Like you got to make your business a priority and treat it like a business. Like I've always said, treating your business like a business and having some sort of marketing strategy where you're actually putting thought into the things that you're doing. So now I have to make myself a host real quick. Where am I? There I am. So I can show you guys. You are the host now. I'll share content screen. Start. Voila. Okay. We're in business. So an example of a carousel, first of all, would be like this, where you just are able to scroll through. So like for me, like fitness and my faith are my niche, if you will. So 5 verses to keep in mind with your fitness journey. And then I just put different verses. I've also done ones where it's like prayers for people, like that. So that's an example of a carousel. So like about being thankful. You can teach stuff in that like this actually would technically be considered a carousel because it's more than one slide. And I've discussed this before, but I'll just briefly touch on it again. Instagram will populate this photo, and then later on in the day, they'll populate this photo. So it's the same post, and that first photo might not have reached some people, but then the second one might. So that's why I think it's so good to do these, because Instagram intentionally will repopulate the same post with a different slide within the same post, if that makes sense. Insights for reels. Well, insights, first of all, is right there. So you can see if you click on followers. Yes, if you click on followers, then you go down, down, down. Here's like the most active times at the bottom for Fridays there, and it shows like here's, oh, I didn't even know the numbers. That must be a new feature. That's cool. So it shows you the hours within that day, and you can scroll through different days and see when most people are on. So like Mondays at noon, when everyone wants to check out of their day at lunch break, apparently. So this just gives you a good idea of when you can post. And here's days. Oh, that's nice. They're all pretty much the same. Everyone's on social media every day. So this is kind of cool because it gives you an idea of like, who's my target audience? 25 to 34-year-olds. So younger than I am. But I'm 36. It's really not that different. But it kind of gives you an idea of this is the range of people I'm trying to reach. I have people in India. I'm sure they're not real accounts. Let's be real. But yeah, so that kind of shows you 94.5% of my people are women that follow me. So, and you can change this to like the last 30 days, and it'll show you that kind of a thing. So cool. Let's just go into Canva real quick. Why not? My favorite app of all time. So my projects. So like this, like I've been creating different quotes like this. All I do is I keep the same like look to it, but then I'll change the background and I'll change the quote and then just save it. It's so easy. Then you have kind of like a vibe with your stuff, and you're not constantly trying to reinvent the wheel. You're making things simple for yourself, but you're being consistent with like a theme. And then, oh, stop. Like this one, same idea. So I just will change out the quotes or the verses or whatever and use the same look always. Really quick, I can show you. So like stories, see here's like all these different templates that you can use for stories, like, and you can change the things. You can change the colors to match kind of like what is your mood, and change out the quotes and stuff like that. But it gives you like template ideas. So you're not trying to, like, if you're not one of the people that is like, I just don't know how to make this look aesthetically pleasing, get good news. Other people can do it for you. And you can just go in and pick one that like you like, that looks nice, and change out the photos. And you could say like, here, I'll give an example of one that I did where I used, great, now it's on my projects. Delete that. Like I did one for the sale that we had going on. And then all I did was like, take this one and then you can like duplicate that and just swap out the pictures. And then this is like my whole story. So I used one of the templates they had and just kind of like swapped out things. So yeah. Where am I? Where did I go? Where's my Zoom? There it is. Probably looking up my notes for a second there. Let me make, okay. Participants. Where's the other Megan? There she is. Remake myself the host. Perfect. Okay. So now we're gonna go and let me just go into the, no, I don't. I use the free version. So much writer's block throughout the week. I hear you. I hear you. Zoom, iPhone. Oop, where am I? Okay. I'm just trying to get into your guys's questions. Yep. Quickly copy and paste, which is super nice for sure. Do not use, I use the free version of Canva. Wouldn't even pay for it. I just wouldn't. It's not necessary. They have so many free things, and like you can upload your own pictures and stuff like that too, that you can go to Google if you want like a certain background. You can go to Google and search things and then upload that photo instead of using the ones that they have on there. But that's just an idea. So let's go into planning our week, starting with Monday. So Facebook on Monday, you with your capsules and a short caption. So this can be like, you could do hashtag no coffee needed on a Monday, believe it or not. And that's all you have to put. Sometimes the more simple, especially if you're doing like a morning post or a time of day when people might be like, they're only on for a short period of time and they don't have the time to consume a big, long version of content. They just want quick hits. That's what I would recommend doing. Or you can post your halfway ultimate thriver photo, because you have to turn in your photo by the 22nd. So those are your two options. Capsules, you with your capsules, or your halfway ultimate thriver photo. Instagram, do an inspiring quote with utilizing Canva, like I stated. Stories, talk about your capsules, why you like them so much, and how they will help the one person that's watching your videos. Again, don't say you guys. It's one person. There's one person watching your stuff. There's obviously more than that, but you just want to pretend like it's one person. So talk about your capsules, maybe saying like how they help you in the morning. It doesn't even have to be when you're taking them. You can just say like after you've gotten yourself ready and you're, I don't know, whatever, you can say, I'm so grateful that I can get up early now, because I used to just rush out the door and then the rest of my day would be a total hot mess. And these help me get up earlier so that I can spend time with myself before my crazy children do, or like whatever your specific story is. So you with your capsules for Facebook, inspiring quote for Instagram, stories, talk about your capsules, or for Facebook, again, you can do the halfway ultimate thriver photo. Tuesday, Facebook, for the business, talk about getting paid weekly. Even if you're not getting a paycheck right now, still talk about the ability to get paid weekly, because you can say like, if you're anything like me, trying to budget out 2 weeks worth of pay is such a struggle. I don't know if it's because I have a bad spending habit or what, but being able to rely on a weekly income is something that's huge. Or just talking about those little things, like being able to put gas in your car every Tuesday, or being able to get a couple extra groceries every Tuesday, whatever, just talking about the getting paid weekly aspect. Instagram, photo of you with a caption that either describes who you are. You can do like a, hey, if you're new here, introductory, or you can do something that you've struggled with in the past, like that relates to your niche and how you overcame that. It can be a picture of you and your kids if you're one that talks about like motherhood and I don't know, homeschooling or like whatever you do specifically. But just a photo of you with a caption, your face. It can be with your kids, it can be with other people, whatever, but it's good for people to see you. Stories, it's Tuesday, like 2 on a Tuesday. So I thought it'd be kind of cool to be like, since it's Tuesday, I'm going to talk to you guys about my step 2. And then you can talk about what you make, how you make it, what you love about it, the taste, the flavor that's your favorite, different ways to make your step 2. Just Tuesday, step 2. I just thought that would be kind of cute and cheeky, whatever. Wednesday, Facebook, let's do an engagement post. So asking for an opinion, or do you think this or that? Like, should I color my hair this color or that color? If you're going to an event, should I wear this or that? If you're getting your nails done, should I get my nails done this way or that way? My kid's a picky eater, drop all the tips. Like for Valentine's Day, I was like, do you get your kids something for Valentine's Day? A lot of people engaged with that. Who else is sick of winter? Like anything that's going to generate people inputting their opinions on something, as least controversial as you can be. But yeah, some sort of engagement post on Facebook to drive up engagement on your content. Instagram, doing a reel. And then stories, talk about your patch. So you can talk about it, you can show it and explain why you love it, what it helps you with. This can be a funny, like your kids are driving you nuts in the morning, you run into an obstacle throughout your day and you're like, thank goodness I put on mood support today because whatever you want to do to highlight a patch. This can be the recharge at night. This can be any patch of your choosing. Yeah, Wednesdays tend to be, for whatever reason, the best day to do reels. I don't know why. That's why I continually put them on Wednesdays for Instagram. So yeah, it's the day, full show. So Thursday for Facebook, we're going to do Throwback Thursday. So you can borrow one of your friends' pictures and tag them. You can do your own. This doesn't even have to be like a transformation picture. This can be like, I was tired in these photos and struggling. It can be you sitting on the couch. It can be you, whatever. Throwback Thursday, use the hashtag for Facebook. Instagram, carousel. So like I showed, yes, I do, always to my profile. I saw, yeah. So somebody, I saw that too, and I'm thinking about maybe implementing it for 1 or 2 of them. Not sharing it to your feed is what somebody had said, because if your people aren't engaging with it, then it's not gonna go anywhere because you're sharing it to your feed. But I like sharing them to my profile though, because then people can be like, oh, I'm gonna click on that. Because not everyone will just go straight to the Reels section. Like you want them to see that you're actually creating those. But I heard somebody say that not sharing to the feed and just allowing it to go through the Reels channel, trying that with a couple of them to see if you get, it's not like proven or anything like that, but he said it's something to give a try if you feel like your views are down. So that's a tip I heard recently. Carousel teaching something or expanding on a topic or something like that, like I showed in Canva. Stories, all 3 steps. You can either do photos of all 3 steps. So like a photo of the capsules, talk about what it does, photo of your mix, what does it do, patch, what does it do, or you can talk about it. Friday, Facebook reel, if you have that capability. I still don't think I do. I did find a loophole, but I don't know how effective it is. But or you can do like a Friday fun pack, and that's like your samples, or you can like do some sort of freebie Friday, sample Friday, whatever that might look like. Instagram reel again. Yeah, mine aren't either. So I don't even have like the option in Facebook to create a reel. Like if I'm going to create a post, it's not even there. The way that I'll tell you my backdoor way of doing it. So my husband has the capability, the man that never creates content on Facebook. So explain to me that, why the man that never creates content on Facebook gets the reel option before somebody that's pretty active, I would say, on social media does. But he sent me a reel and I could watch it. And then I noticed in the top corner, there was a little camera of that reel. And I was like, oh, what if I click on that and I can actually create my own? And I did. And it did get views. I think one of them had like 500, but I just don't think it's getting out into that world because I don't have that option open for me yet. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. It's just not fair. Yeah, many times I've updated. I've uninstalled it, reinstalled it. I've even sent a dang ticket into Facebook. Like, when am I going to get this option? Because I'm starting to get pissed. I have a new phone. I have an iPhone 11, 12, something like that. Like, it's new. It's got the new everything. It's dumb. I'm so mad about it, honestly. Like, how do they get to pick and choose? I feel like I'm being discriminated against. It is, honestly. So Facebook reel or fun pack, Friday fun pack or samples or something. Instagram reel, and then stories. What's in a sample? Just talking about what's included in a sample, and then it'll on Saturday you can talk, and then putting a poll at the end of it saying like, do you want to try one? Question mark. And then tell them like I think I shared what my shortcut is, but I can do that real quick again if anyone's new. ZSAM. If you don't do text replacement, you definitely should. But this is what I send to them when they say they're interested. Text replacement is life, by the way, for things especially like that. So I think there's a little blurb in the new Dream Team page about that too. So if you need help with that, figuring out how to do that, I would highly suggest it. Saturday, Facebook, we're going to do Small Business Saturday and like in a lifestyle way. So this can be showing maybe your office space. This can be showing how flexible the business is, just any sort of thing that shows the like how you're able to fit it into your lifestyle without having to like go anywhere or clock in or anything like that. Like it's just on your time, any way that you can show that. Instagram reel, or you can do a quote if you would like. Stories, packing up samples from yesterday, or if sometimes I just pretend like I'm packing up samples if I don't have anyone that votes. Or a nighttime routine. And when I'm packing up a sample, this is what I do. So for instance, like let's say I do have somebody that's wanting a specific type of sample, and I say, as I'm going through it, I'm throwing in these 3 capsules. You get 3 days of the capsules, like these save your life in the morning. I go to the next one. I say lifestyle mix. I have some other flavors that you can choose from, but they mix up super smooth. And then I talk about, so this particular person that I'm sending the sample out to is a mom of 2 kids, and she works a full-time job. So I know that she needs this patch, or I know that she needs this patch, or I say this particular person is looking to control her appetite a little bit better. So I'm including this type of patch, and I explain why I'm using that type of patch. And then afterwards I say, I customize these to you. If you don't have that capability, like you're sending them from the back office, you can still do the same thing, because the 2.0 patches do like everything. They give you energy, they give you appetite control, like whatever, but I still explain as to why this makes sense for this type of person that you're packing it up for. So that's what I do specifically. Yeah, so that is the week. Does anyone have any questions before we depart? I hope this was helpful to break down everything, because like again, you can spend this time on these Zooms. We have so many Zooms that you can pick from that fit your schedule, obviously, but if you're not taking what you hear and implementing it, now I'm not saying like constantly reinventing the wheel, obviously, because you don't want to like keep changing course direction because you're hearing all these different things and then you feel super overwhelmed. But at least implementing something. So I hope that the breakdown of how you can put these things, like you have all these, like you have your Facebook idea, your Instagram idea, your stories idea, and how you can actually take that and do something with it throughout the week. Maybe I'll type this up at some point too and share it, but yeah. So I'll get the recording out by 9 o'clock, I'd say. And I post it in the comments of the Zoom announcement. So if you're looking for that, or you can always put it on my page, my YouTube page. I believe is it Meg Holcomb or Megan Holcomb? Hold on one second. Hold, please. Megan Holcomb. Yes. Okay. I always post them in there. So hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful weekend. And I will see you next Sunday, same time, same place.